Greetings and welcome to the 101st Annual Meeting of the Daytona Regional Chamber of Commerce, presented by Halifax Health. We begin the program with a brief greeting from our presenting sponsor.
We understand this year has been overwhelming for most of our community. The struggle to take care of yourself and your family. The uncertainty. At Halifax Health, our doors are always open, and we're here to make you feel safe again. We're here so you don't have to hide from your health. We're here to take care of you. Halifax Health. Live your life well.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jeff Fiesel, President and Chief Executive Officer of Halifax Health. And we're very proud to continue as presenting sponsor for the Daytona Regional Chamber's 101st Annual Meeting. Like most everything else this last year, this celebration is going to look a little different. One thing that has not changed, however, is Halifax Health's commitment to the community and support of the Daytona Regional Chamber. It's been a tough year for most of us, but together we will persevere. We're looking forward to the virtual part of the annual meeting, and we will be excited to celebrate once we can finally get together in a more safe environment. It's going to be a tremendous celebration when we can finally see one another and socialize and get together again. On behalf of the entire Halifax Health team, thank you for joining us in this event tonight. Have a great time.
We are very grateful to Halifax Health for their presenting sponsorship. At this time, we'd like to recognize others who are sponsors of the 101st Annual Meeting. Our premier sponsors are Brown & Brown Insurance, ICI Homes, Radiology Associates Imaging, Daytona International Speedway, and Advent Health. Champion sponsors of the 101st Annual Meeting include Bomar Construction, Cobb Coal, the Daytona Beach News Journal, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Florida Power and Light, John Hall Chevrolet, the Ladies Professional Golf Association, and the Root Company. We would like to thank these chamber members, along with the many premium and executive access sponsors who have shown their commitment to the chamber through these challenging circumstances. We are humbled by your support, and we look forward to safely celebrating with all of you later this year. And now, please welcome our hosts for the virtual portion of the 101st Annual Meeting, Daytona Regional Chamber President and CEO Nancy Kiefer, and 2021 Chair of the Board from Bomar Construction, Len Marinaccio.
Last year at this time, we gathered 700 of the community's business and community leaders to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Daytona Regional Chamber of Commerce. We shared in the excitement of 2020 as we welcomed Bob Lloyd as our chairman of the board. We're very excited about the vision he had. Today, our annual meeting looks a little bit different, but the premise is still the same. Today, we're here to celebrate our new leader, Len Marinaccio, who will chair our board in 2021. Additionally, we are here to present two of the most prestigious awards for our community, the Hyatt Brown Enterprise Award and the Glenn Ritchey Award. While today's virtual event is focused on the business of the annual meeting, there is no doubt that the gathering piece of this event is equally, if not more important. We understand the need and desire to get together and to network and to talk as a group of business and individuals. We are looking forward to celebrating that with you when there is a safe time to do so and to gather. Thank you to all of our sponsors who were recognized earlier in the program, and especially thank you to the members who continue to stand by us during these very challenging times.
And now to start us off, we're going to take a look back at 2020 and the year that was. It certainly wasn't what we anticipated headed into the year, but we had some highlights nevertheless. But before we do that, we're going to hear from the entertainer at last year's annual meeting, Kevin Viner. He wowed us last year, and he's got a little something new for us today.
Hey there, Daytona Beach. It's been a year since I worked with you, and what a year it's been. If I could, I'd make 2020 all an illusion and make it disappear. But keep doing the great things you're doing to make Daytona Beach such a special place. I wanted to share one really quick thing with all of you. Think of one of these 5 cards. Get it in your mind like it's the card you need to win at a game of poker. Now, my job, even though I'm here and you're there, is to try and read your mind through the screen. So I want you to think about your card, and I'm going to get rid of this one. So I'm hoping that if I did my job right, the card you thought of should be missing. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you again soon.
Well, certainly chambers address challenges all the time in their communities, but I think in 2020, we obviously were impacted by a pandemic, which is just unprecedented. We're used to dealing with hurricanes, we're used to dealing with elections and things that come out of that. But when you combine all of those things in one year, it really was a year of being very thoughtful and being very strategic and being very intentional in the work that we did.
If you look at the way that we started the year at the end of January with our annual dinner and a packed room and enthusiasm, and we were celebrating our centennial and looking forward to the first year of our next 100 years as a business community and as a chamber, and then March arrived and the world turned upside down. So, it was at the beginning of 2020, very optimistic, and we had every reason to be bullish about the future for our community and for our country. And obviously, you don't deal with the way things are planned, you deal with how they actually are delivered. And so March delivered a very different year.
I think probably what I'm most proud about in leading the Daytona Regional Chamber is the resiliency not only of the business community, but of our staff. I remember, almost overnight when the pandemic hit, that we all came together on the next Monday, and by the Wednesday of that week, we had completely developed a COVID response page, to assist our businesses with understanding the current needs and understanding the resources that were going to be available to them. And it was just like taking our entire business plan, turning it upside down, and figuring out what were we going to do as a team for our business community. At no time did I get a complaint from the staff. At no time did we say, hey, let's take the easy way out. We have a card that we can use because nothing's going right in 2020. We took that as a challenge and said, we are going to continue to do what we do. We're going to do it better. We're going to be innovative, and we're going to make it right for our business community.
I think the things that we did in response to the pandemic that were most meaningful were, basically not getting caught up in what we had planned, and basically without deviating or without pivoting to a different mindset or strategy. The willingness of our board and our volunteers and all of our members to really address things at a local level. And we locked arms and we really joined together to make sure that we stayed committed to doing what we needed to do. We recruited over 100 new members despite the pandemic. We invested in live streams and informational programs for our members. We provided PPE and really emphasized on how to get back to business safely. And so all of those things in response to the pandemic were helpful in kind of keeping things going and keeping our members involved and engaged, and then delivering for our members and throughout the panic of the pandemic and what was happening, obviously to our world.
We are incredibly blessed to have such great leadership in this community. I honestly do believe I have the best job. I am surrounded by the best and the brightest community leaders and business leaders, and we tap them. We tap them for their time, their talent, their resources. And when you have a collective group like that coming together, again, looking at the community as a whole, it's really amazing.
My most prideful moments occurred sort of regardless of the pandemic. They were basically things that we did to overcome and to succeed despite the pandemic. One of those that I'm most proud of is our Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Initiative. Not only did we launch that for the first time within our community and within our chamber in embodying views and values that we've always held, but bringing that forward and making that something that's meaningful was so very important. And it also encouraged and invited new leadership to participate. And so, again, something that was organic, something that is unique to our community, and we made it happen. And the other one is Leadership Daytona, Class 40. I was in Leadership Class 15, and I always said that was the best class in Leadership Daytona. I have to say, no, Leadership Class 40 is my class, and that's the best class because they went to a remote environment. The whole program for Leadership Daytona changed. Janet Kersey did a wonderful job in managing through that and bringing that program together. And the product that class produced in response to the Chairman's Challenge is something that will resonate for years in our chamber and in our community. And I'm super proud of what they did. And again, in overcoming all of the things that were thrown at them. And instead of throwing in the towel and skipping Leadership Daytona for 2020, they made it work, they made it happen, and they did something that was very, very meaningful.
For me, I think, again, what's been most inspiring is the resiliency of our members. I saw businesses shift and, do things they'd never done before. Restaurants went to curb service. They went to Facebook Live. They talked about their new hours. Our hotels did an unbelievable job making sure that they were clean and safe. And these businesses were innovative. They didn't, just again, take this as an excuse to shut their doors. They wanted to be open and they wanted to do it safely. And most importantly, they wanted the consumer to know that they were going to be safe.
I think that the future is very bright, and I still believe that. And I think, of course, the first year of our next 100 years was not what we anticipated or planned. But again, it's caused us to refocus on those things that are most important in our lives and in our community. And I think that may be a healthy thing long term, that we really focus on what makes us unique and what makes us great as a business community.
To our membership, I want to thank you. Thank you for, being resilient and for trying new things. And thank you for trusting the chamber to go out there and develop resources and be innovative and be patient with us as we tried new things. We are very appreciative and we care deeply about the success of our business community. We care about your success. And again, we just couldn't be more thankful and appreciative that you stood by us.
So I have to address three groups that I have to express my sincere thanks and appreciation. I am humbled by your participation and your resilience and commitment to our business community. And that's the first group is our membership. Without you, it just doesn't work. And we didn't know what to expect in March when things were really crumbling from the pandemic, but you stayed resolute and committed. You participated, you contributed, and without the membership, it would never have worked. The second group is our volunteer board of directors. Again, you're not compensated for this, and while your businesses were under attack from this pandemic and this scourge that was affecting our world, you hung in there, you made the commitment, you attended the meetings. Nobody fell off. Nobody said, I'm going to take a time out or a year off. Everybody stayed committed, and for that I am eternally thankful. And then the last group is the chamber staff itself. Again, I cannot speak more highly of the professionals that protect our business community and run our chamber. And I appreciate your sacrifices. I appreciate your efforts. And without you, it would not have worked. And I think we are in such great shape, but we appreciate you and thank you.
Daytona Regional Chamber members, Larry Thomas here, the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld, and I have a message for you from your Daytona Regional Chamber team and the Soup Nazi. So, well, we all know that The pandemic of 2020 has been pretty rough on all of our businesses, hasn't it? So I say 2020, no soup for you. 2021, soup for everyone. And I hope not to have to enforce this ordering procedure anymore. Order and step 6 feet to the left, wearing your mask. No mask, no soup. I hope my ardent wish is not to have to do that anymore. Just stick to the old ordering procedure. So here's to a better 2021 for all of us. And adios, muchachos and muchachas.
Len, it's so hard to believe that it was just a year ago that Kevin Viner was here providing us entertainment and doing magic and illusions. I'm still perplexed to this day about what that all entailed. Kevin and the Soup Nazi, thank you very much for tonight's messages.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. And as we transition this year into our awards presentations, just like everything else in 2020, it presented a unique challenge for us to pick one organization when everybody was really struggling.
It was a challenge, and we owe the honor to the J. Hyatt Brown Award to make sure that we give out that award, that we're really recognizing significant contributions, and I am very pleased with the choice for this year.
And this year's recipient, congratulations to all healthcare professionals in our area, this year's recipient of the J. Hyatt Brown Enterprise Award.
About a year ago, a silent, deadly invader visited our community, the Halifax area of Volusia County, the state of Florida, and the United States, and around the world. There was a ready, willing, able, and highly qualified army to assist our citizens to combat this deadly virus, and it is our healthcare professionals. They have paid the price in many cases for their very aggressive work, day, night, and Sunday, to help save lives and to help heal people. And so it's a real pleasure to be able to recognize these people for all of the wonderful things that they have done above and beyond the call of duty. Congratulations, healthcare professionals.
Well, you know, this whole COVID experience has been very interesting. It has created a level of concern across the whole country.
I'm a business guy. I don't have the skill sets that they have to take care of our patients and the sickest individuals that we have in our community, whether it's a trauma patient, a stroke patient, or somebody that's in isolation that has COVID. So it is extremely inspiring to me to be a part of that team of professionals that takes care of our community when they really, really need us.
Everybody's paying attention to it. Everybody is worried about it. Everybody's concerned about it. And I don't think there's been any kind of disaster that has prepared us today for this. The last time it even came close was in 1918 with the Spanish flu. And I wasn't here during that time, and so it's really been unprecedented. And that's what makes the whole thing critical, but also a beautiful thing to see how the country, to see how the communities are rallying around and trying to do their best, one, from a prevention standpoint, and two, making sure that our teams, our healthcare workers, our first responders have leaned into this in a way that allows us to do the best work in caring for the people in our communities.
The pride that I have when I see team members doing what they do day in and day out, whether it's a trauma, whether it's taking care of a COVID patient, whether it's giving a vaccine, is the professionalism that they do that with, patient after patient after patient. You know, it's easy to do it with one or two patients, but when you're on your 50th patient of the day, and you're still delivering it with that compassion and caring environment, it is very inspiring, and I'm very proud of our entire team. You know, I continue to tell our team members on an ongoing basis that we here at Halifax Health, and in the healthcare profession, not just at Halifax Health, but we're one of the most critical parts of our community and our industry, because of the fact that if people don't have their health, they can't learn, they can't go to work. So being recognized by the Hyatt Brown Enterprise Award and having all healthcare providers being recognized for that is really a tremendous accomplishment, because we come to work, we do what we do day in and day out. Every weekend, every holiday, every morning, every night, and we just continue to plow forward and do what our community needs us to do. So it is very rewarding for healthcare to be recognized with this award.
When I think about the work that our team has done, and I know what our team has done is replicated out to where all healthcare professionals are involved. And you just have to be proud, because what happens here is no one knows, right? No one knows what's going to happen to them. We are taking all the precautions that we know we need to take, but are we taking them all? You know, so at the very beginning, you had a lot of people worried, the very caregivers saying, okay, I got to care for these folk, and yet I got to protect myself and protect my family. And so it really has an immense effect. And then for our teams to just stand tall in it, lean into it, you can't be more prouder of our healthcare profession.
Well, the heroic work that's being done throughout the past 12 months has been a tremendous effort. And I would ask that all of our healthcare workers take a deep breath and recognize what you have done over the past year. It is a tremendous accomplishment. Our community trusts you, they look towards you, they believe in you, and we're very fortunate to have such great healthcare workers here in our community.
You know, I work in the healthcare profession. I'm not a clinician. You are the clinicians. And I want to thank you for standing tall through this whole pandemic. And even as we're still dealing with it and fighting it, we have some things behind us now that are helping us to move forward and to be in a better place. But we still are serving our communities. And I want to thank you so much for what you have done and what you continue to do, the long hours that you've put in, the protecting your families, keeping your families safe, and still being in the mix. I can't help but say thank you, and thank you.
What I would say to our healthcare workers is this: it's time for you to take a deep breath. We've been at this for 9-10 months. Now is the time to take a deep breath and recognize what a tremendous effort and how important you are to our healthcare community. People in our community trust nurses, doctors, and healthcare professionals. You have done a fantastic job. You should be extremely proud of yourself, and we are so fortunate to have you in our community. Thank you so much.
Nancy, it was really remarkable that we were able to recognize all of our healthcare professionals for the service they provided to all of us this past year.
It really is. The frontline employees, those working in our healthcare industry, are incredible assets to our community, and we really can't thank them enough. So at this time, we would really like to talk about our next award, the Len Ritchey Leadership Award. It is with great pride that we present the Leadership Award to Farouk Husseini with Food Brings Hope.
Hi, I'm Joe Petrock, and I'm proud to present the annual Len Ritchey Leadership Award. The annual Len Ritchey Leadership Award is given to an individual whose contributions to the Daytona Beach region personify integrity, dedication, and hard work. The recipient is one who has made recent and consistent contribution to his or her community, state, or nation over a considerable period of time and supports the goals of the Daytona Regional Chamber. When I think of the Len Ritchey Award, Farouk Husseini comes to mind, a proven leader who exudes confidence. Farouk's passion for homeless children and education is only second to her passion for her family. Farouk has made significant contributions for the betterment of our community, demonstrating effective involvement in a broad range of community activities. Farouk is the Executive Vice President of Information Systems for ICI Homes, a company built on bold vision that consistently ranks among the top 100 builders in the nation by Builder Magazine. Farouk earned her bachelor's degree in computer science from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University and her master's from the University of Central Florida. She has a long history of service involvement and community leadership, serving on no fewer than 15 of the county and state's most venerable boards, which include colleges and universities, the United Way, arts and science organizations, just to name a few, and is the chairperson and founder of Food Brings Hope. When I think of Fru's work with Food Brings Hope, an organization which is dedicated to giving every child the opportunity to fulfill their potential, I'm reminded of a story inspired by Lorraine Isley, which goes, The Young Man and the Starfish. It goes like this. A man was walking along the beach. In the distance, he caught the sight of a young man who seemed to be dancing along the waves. As he got closer, he saw the young man was picking up starfish from the sand and tossing them gently back into the ocean. What are you doing? The man asked. He said, the sun is coming up, the tide is going out, and if I don't throw them back, they'll die. But young man, there are miles of beach with starfish among it, and miles of beach with starfish among it. You can't possibly make a difference. The young man gently bent down, picked another starfish up, and threw it past the breaking waves. He said, it made a difference to that one. When I think of this poem, I think of Fru and the dedication and hard work she's done to make a difference in the lives of our children and needy families, and her leadership that she's given our community. So Fru, on behalf of the Chamber, we're proud to present to you the annual Glen Ritchey Leadership Award. We wish you continued success, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Joe. Is that right?
I agree.
Fru, it's my honor to present this to you. Thank you for all you do for our community.
Thank you so much. What an honor to receive this great award. Thank you, Glenn. I am honored and humbled to receive Chamber's Glen Ritchey Leadership Award. It means so much to me. For decades, I have volunteered on local, regional, and national boards, serving my passions to take care of homeless children, education, and serving my heritage. I founded Food Brings Hope to be able to tailor programs specifically for what our children in distress need, expanding to over 30 schools, serving over 1,700 students, adding programs as needed like FB Honors, as well as Feed a Family programs. It's to better serve the students who need the extra help for them to become successful in life. And I know that has a long-lasting impact, not only for them and their families, but also our community. Being recognized for the work that I love to do and have been doing with this amazing honor is just an incredible, incredible feeling. I am grateful to Chamber's Board of Directors. I'm grateful for Joe Petrock and his kind words, and I'm very grateful to my very, very good friend, Mr. Glen Ritchey, for bestowing this amazing honor on me. Thank you very much.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Okay, we told you that there would be some surprises in the 101st annual meeting of our chamber, and we've got another one for you. Every couple of years, we recognize somebody with the Chairman's Award, and that award is presented to somebody who's made a lasting and profound impact on our business community. And this year's recipient is no exception to that rule. In fact, in 2020, when the entire business community was fighting for survival, this recipient made it work, committed herself personally and professionally to the betterment of our community. And we are all better off for having her involved and committed and putting her shoulder to the wheel. Now, she's not going to be too pleased to have this surprise, but this year's recipient of the Chairman's Award for 2020 is none other than Nancy Kiefer.
Congratulations, Nancy. Well deserved. What an unbelievable year that we've had to go through. And you know, our mantra for this year has been lead by example, and that the part of that was for the chamber to lead the community by example. But what we saw in 2020 was Nancy Kiefer leading our chamber and our community, our business community, and our entire community by the example that she set during the early, the middle, and the late course of the year. she jumped in with both feet as soon as we had that shutdown in March, which everybody was feeling. Everybody was uncertain and scared. Nancy took the helm and just went out there from the PPE distribution that she helped organize and run, the Halifax Urban Ministries, all the different things that Nancy did that's not part of her normal job with the chamber. And I can't say enough about Nancy Kiefer personally and professionally. Well deserved of this award for certain. Hey, Nancy, congratulations. We can't wait to be able to really celebrate with you and give you a big hug, and thank you so much for what you did in 2020 and what you're doing for us every day at the Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations, Nancy.
Well, you all know that if Nancy had any inkling that this award was going to be presented to her, she would refuse it. And so too late for that. That's one of the advantages of a virtual environment. So we are so proud of you, and we are so fortunate as a community to have your leadership. Nancy, well done. Congratulations on being this year's recipient of the Chairman's Award.
Congratulations to the award winners. We are so blessed in our community to have such wonderful leaders that care so much about the success of our region. I often say that I am very lucky to work with the best and the brightest of our community leaders. There's no exception this year as we look forward to the leadership of Len Marinaccio in hearing about his vision for our community and our chamber. But before we get to that, let's hear from a few more of our celebrity friends.
Hi, Daytona Regional Chamber members. This is Jamie Farr from that TV series MASH. And Ken Phelps and I want to give you a little bit of a pep talk here. You know, this pandemic has really caused a lot of problems for all of us all over the world. But we're resilient, and we're going to make it through okay. As Corporal Klinger would say, you know, we're going to get through this pandemic alive, even if it kills us. Or how about this one? May your life be an oasis of warm breezes, wavy palms, and spit-free camels. How about this? I have my fuzzy pink slippers here. And if you remember correctly, I flew over the compound with a hang glider to try to get my Section 8. Well, there I am, Corporal Klinger. So if I was young enough and I could find that hang glider, I'd put the fuzzy pink slippers on, get the hang glider, and fly over Daytona to tell you that everything's going to be okay. 2021, with the vaccine and everything, we're going to come out of it. But I'm going to also do this. I'm going to pretend that this is Radar's teddy bear, okay? And on behalf of Ken and myself, I want all of us to be... Wow, I feel good. Yes.
In my professional life, it's really prepared me to be chairman of the chamber. I've come at things from so many different directions. I'm a lawyer by education, and I've been in the family construction business for decades now. So I'm able to look at problems and issues from a number of different angles, and I think that's what a board of directors for a chamber of commerce and the chairman of that board needs to do, because we have so many different players that that come to the table, so many different sides of every issue. There's not just two sides to every issue. There's sometimes 3, 4, 5 different sides, and you have to be able to look at it from all the different angles. So I think that's going to really help me as I try to lead the chamber this year. The business landscape couldn't be more different today than it was maybe a year and a half ago when I was selected a chair-elect back at that point. And everybody knows what's happened this past year. It's been kind of unfathomable. But we've been fortunate to a degree here in Daytona Beach that between our weather and the way that we've been able to, in a lot of areas, stay open, I think that we're positioned extremely well to jump right back to where we were before this all began. So I think as soon as it's over, Daytona Beach is going to come roaring back. A healthy business environment is crucial to the quality of life for any community, and particularly a place here like Daytona Beach with all the great things that we have going for us between the businesses and the tourism and the ocean, and you could just go on. And the business community adds to that. It helps us to find a place where our kids, when they go off to school, they're going to want to come home and live here. That's one of the main things that I think is important in growing our business community. so that we don't kind of lose that brain drain to the bigger cities. And I think we're getting that here. We're doing a great job, and we just need to keep working at it. Priorities for 2021 are tough. It's probably more difficult than it would have been obviously last year when you come into a normal year, because we really don't know where we can begin, right? So the main priority is going to be to get the chamber to return to what we're calling responsible normalcy. We want to get it back to where we're all able to meet together as soon as it's possible, under the guidelines, of course, for the CDC and the state. But we see that light at the end of the tunnel, and we're going to be leading the way. We try to lead the business community by example, like we've always done in the past. And in a situation like this, it couldn't be more important. When we reach the end of 2021, I mean, I think that we can say we're a success if we're planning for an annual meeting that's in person next year, right? I want to be able to talk to everybody who's watching this today in person, say hello to them, do what I would have done. Today, I guess, right? If everybody's watching it today, that's what we'd have been doing today. So that's probably the biggest thing for any business is we're hoping that by that time we're back to normal. But we're going to keep pressing on with the business of the chamber. The chamber is not just it's not just happy hours and get-togethers and that kind of meetings. It's the advocacy we do. It's the things we do behind the scenes. It's how we work with government to make sure that the businesses' voices are heard. So we're still doing that, and that hasn't changed. So those type of priorities for the chamber are going to be just like every year, is to be the voice of business for the Daytona Beach region. The message for my colleagues on the board is let's get ready, let's roll our sleeves up and try and get creative as we try and work our way again back to responsible normalcy. We're going to need everybody's input. We're going to need a lot of ideas. We're going to need to get creative. Because we want to get this chamber back to doing what it does best, and the incredible leaders that we have on that board, the list that you've seen tonight of the people that are contributing both time and treasure to this organization are unbelievable. I have great faith in them. I'm honored that they have faith in me, and we're just going to work hard this year. As a member of the Daytona Regional Chamber myself, my message to membership is Daytona Chamber is going to be out there fighting for you, working with governments, working for you, doing everything that we've always done, regardless of the pandemic, to advance the cause of business here in Daytona Beach. That's our mission. That's our goal. That's what our entire board, our volunteers, our staff, that's what we all work for year in and year out, and we're going to continue that in 2021.
Hey, what's going on, Daytona Regional Chamber members? I'm Akbar Bajabiamila, host of American Ninja Warrior, and I just want to say I know 2020 was such a tough year, and I know that we're in 2021. This is going to be the year that we take a stumbling block from 2020 and turn it into a stepping stone. You know, I like to encourage the ninjas as they are going through so many different obstacles, whether it's the warped wall or whether it's the floating bridge, whatever obstacles we throw at them, the ninjas seem to always step up to the challenge. And part of that has to do with the mindset. You know, I wrote a book called Everyone Can Be a Ninja, and it's about overcoming obstacles. And I know that you guys will do exactly that in 2021. So look up, stand up, and don't ever give up. This is the year. Claim it with your mind, claim it with your work, and claim it with your attitude. All right. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but American Ninja Warrior was actually several years back. We actually filmed in Daytona, and let me tell you, it was a special season that year. And so just like the ninjas did in Daytona, they hit that warped wall, they got to the top, they hit that buzzer, and like I like to tell them, I see you, and I see you, Daytona Regional Chamber members, all right? Go get it. Ballers!
Jim Jaworski, General Manager of the Daytona Tortugas, here with my friend Sheldon and Shelly. We're here to say thank you for continuing to stand with the Jack. We're proud to be a part of this great community. We're proud to be part of Daytona Regional Chamber of Commerce. We thank you for your continued support, and we couldn't be more excited to have baseball right back here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. We can't wait to see you soon.
It's so great to have Sheldon and Shelley join us for this celebration. Nancy, as you know, I'm such a huge fan of the Tortugas. what a great surprise it was to hear that they were going to be able to stay and continue baseball here in Daytona Beach for the future. I know I'm excited.
They're such an important part of the fabric of our community and a great place for people to gather. And speaking of gathering, we are very excited about the second portion of our annual meeting. As I said to you in the beginning, we really promise you a great opportunity in the near future to get together to celebrate in person. We hope you've enjoyed the virtual event this evening, and we look forward to seeing you in person as soon as we can possibly do that.
Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. We had a great time. I hope you did too.
Well, Len, 2020 is over. It is time for the ceremonial passing of the gavel. I guess I have to say I didn't anticipate everything in 2020. I have to give a big shout out to Kevin Bowler and Daytona Beverages. I don't think I would have gotten through 2020 without Daytona Beverages, but it's time, and the gavel, sir, is yours.
Thank you, sir. It's been something else, hasn't it? It's fun watching you work.
Yes.
It's a little bit of a difficult year, but you roll with the punches just like you always do. So, okay, congratulations on a great year as our leader. And we couldn't let you go without a little parting gift that Nancy put together for you.
That's very nice. I mean, come on, guys. This is, yeah, something.
For your protection.
Can't get enough of those. Some wipes, and I don't quite know what that is. But that's really touching.
Yeah, congratulations.
Really? But anyway, you know,
thanks for your leadership.
It's better than a bouquet of flowers. I appreciate it.
Hey, happy 2021, my friend.
Hey, thanks.
It was fun.
Yeah, you know, I really didn't mind so much this remote working environment.
No, it's not too bad.
There were some advantages to it.
It's comfortable anyway.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.